Hey, it's Lindsay with Ryan and Rose, and today we have 3 different basket ideas. Yes, Easter basket. Easter's coming. It is one of my favorite holidays. I think the family time, the time with the kids, but also it's springtime and I love the idea of warm weather. Oh my gosh, I'm so ready. So we put together 3 baskets, one for a newborn, one for a toddler, and one for a child or a kid. And so I'm really excited. These have some of my favorite products from Ryan and Rose, Cutie products, as well as some of my favorite small businesses. So yeah, we thought this would be really fun to kind of just show you some ideas and give you some ideas for you and your little one. But before we get started, I thought it'd be fun to teach you the sign for Easter. So Easter is just with an E. So basically you're going to do an E hand shape, and basically it's kind of like a rainbow. So Easter, happy Easter, happy Easter. I know, isn't it fun? All right, now let's get to the baskets. The first basket we created was for a newborn. We decided to go more boy theme because we did the toddler and we did it more towards a girl. But yeah, this was really, really fun. I know one of the questions you guys are gonna ask me is, where's your basket from? I actually just got them from the dollar section at Target a few weeks ago. I know the girls have baskets from Pottery Barn, and I think Ryan's is from Hobby Lobby. So of course you can find baskets everywhere. And I've really seen on Instagram, I feel like some people have bigger baskets, some people have smaller. I personally like the smaller ones because you don't have to fill it up. It doesn't take as much to fill it up. And then of course, kind of like you're gonna see with our third basket, is we kind of laid stuff around. That way when the kids get older or you have something, a bigger item. But yeah, so this is for a newborn. Like I said, we went more towards a boy. Some of my favorite items you can first see is Kayla Marie booties. We're gonna start selling these very, very soon. But in the meantime, you can get them at kaylamarie.com. I love them because they are elastic. When Charlie was a baby, the biggest problem that we had was socks falling off. I think the only socks that we end up ever liking were Gap, but then they would cut the circulation off her little ankles. But these, Brett thinks these are like heavenly. These were like the perfect invention. So these are definitely a must for a newborn, a new baby. Kayla Marie booties, they're so soft, but they're also warm and they're elastic and they're not gonna fall off. So this is like a #1 in my book. Love the booties. I have always been a freshly picked lover. Of course, for newborns, it's not necessarily, they're not really walking, but definitely if they're, you know, kind of more of the like 6 months to a year old, I definitely recommend the Mocs, and you don't really need anything on the bottom of the feet, but Freshly Picked does have their soft soles. That's what these are. And then they have another sole that actually has traction on the bottom, which I love. And Charlie, I'm pretty sure she's had every size because we're so obsessed with Freshly Picked and the quality, top notch. So these are baby Mocs from Freshly Picked. Highly recommend. Of course, Cutie items. We have the Cutie teether, and then we have, I used the flat to show you, the Cutie Pat flat. Definitely good Easter basket additions. And then I picked some of my favorite clips for boys. This is a Quinn. We have another of the Ella because I'm obsessed with this new clip. And then white Olivia, you know, white and tan, it's where my heart's at. But Cutie clips, definitely great baskets, easy to add. Cutie tags, diaper bags, mommy's purse, definitely a cute little addition. Kayla Marie Loveys, you know we sell these in our shop, and I'm going to show you the pink one that's a little bit different in the next basket, but this one is so soft. It's like butter. Butter, 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 butter. It is so soft. You can attach it to a pat or a teether. These are awesome. Highly recommend. Scripture cards, I'm also gonna talk a little bit about these a little bit later in the video, but scripture cards I just love them. They come with a little stand that you can purchase. and they just sit up, and you can put them in your little one's room and then change them. But it's really good just to kind of, I know sometimes parenting's hard, and just sometimes it's good just to remember to repeat those verses and get that in your head, get it in your eyes and your ears. So where yes, it's in the little kids' Easter basket, but it's really for mommy. It's really for mommy. But I love these, seeing these in little one's room. These are great. So those are the scripture cards, and those are from Crew & Co. from Courtney. Any type of little blanket. We are huge lovers of Kite Baby, Lulu & Company. They are some of our favorite products, favorite blankets. So a blanket is a cute little addition. And then any type of, pajamas. If you follow Instagram, we have quite a few pajamas that we love, but it's so funny because Ryan, when she was little, they didn't have this. They didn't have the soft stuff. So now I think I bought Charlie something from like Gap, and it's so rough. And Charlie was like, I'm not wearing that. No, mommy, no. But we highly recommend the soft pajamas. These are from Little Sleepies. We love Kite Baby. We also love Bella Boo Bear, and then Goosebumps. You have seen Goosebumps. Charlie's grown up in Goosebumps. All of those super soft products. Love those ladies. And I think this is just a really fun addition that you're gonna use, because sleepers, they use all the time, whether it's day or night. Just think that's a really great addition. So I hope this is a good things that I recommend, some of my favorite small shops that I think are great for Easter baskets. The second basket we put together is for a toddler. Me, when I was putting this together, I thought more of like 1 to 2, kind of the age of Charlie Ruth, where she's, walking, she's eating with her, solid foods, that kind of thing. And so I have a lot of fun things, a little bit of variety. I know me personally, you're gonna see in each basket, each has an outfit, because that's just kind of a tradition that my mom always did for us. We either had an outfit or a bathing suit. And so that's just something fun that I've continued with the girls. And I would love, love, love to hear what your traditions are in the comments. So be sure to let us know, because I think it's so much fun. And even for you to create your own traditions. Maybe your family didn't do anything like that, but maybe you can start it to pass on to your kids. So this is the Toddler Easter basket. You might have noticed a very brand new product. I know, I'm so excited. The Cutie pouch. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. It'll be coming to our shop very, very soon. And I'm so excited to be able to show it to you now. You have no idea. We've been working on this a very long time, but I'm obsessed with it. It even has tiny little R&Rs, if you can see. So we have some really fun stuff, not only from Ryan and Rose, but some of my favorite small shops. So let's get started. Of course, the pouch. Another thing that I think is really cool is if you add a Bible or a little book. I think it's so very cool and very important to start reading to your kids, but also the Bible stories, letting them know. I think even now in the coronavirus time, sitting down and having those quiet times and, having those intimate moments with your kids, especially when we can't go to church. But this Bible is probably our favorite. I think we have like 3 of them at our house because we love it so much. And it also goes very well with Courtney's scripture cards that I'm going to show you in a minute. So this is the Jesus Storybook Bible that you can get on Amazon. I highly recommend it. Another product that I absolutely love, this is my friend Megan. It's his kids company, and it's a silicone coloring book. What's so great is it's kind of Bible stories, but it's also coloring pages that you use with washable markers and just let the kids color. So there's a bunch of different pages, a lot of different scenes, but when they get done, the beautiful thing is you can just put this in the sink, wash it off, let it dry, and they get to color again. But this is, I think, a really, really good idea. We don't have any markers because I'm trying not to really go to the store, with the coronavirus going on. So I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have markers. But I'm gonna order some on Amazon for the girls. But this is definitely, I think, something that your kids would love. Another item that Charlie uses all the time. We actually are working on a collaboration with Bapron, and this is the Bapron I love it for all sizes. They even have a smaller one. Charlie's in the toddler version, so this is the smaller one. This one is 6 months to 3T, and then Charlie has the one that's 3T up. She can actually wear both, so if your kid's in between, kind of your decision, but I love these Baprons. Not only, Charlie loves to wear it too. Not only is this Bapron easy to put on because it's just a tie, all you have to do is throw it in the washing machine and it's clean. It is that easy. Also love, let me take it out and show it to you. What's so great about the Bapron is that it folds up very, very well. So it's very, very small, very thin, very soft, but it just ties in the back. But what's also very cool is a lot of times when we're done, I'll just roll it up and stick it in our diaper bag. So it stores so very, very well. So this is the Bapron. Love Kelsey at Bapron Baby, and we have a Cutie Bapron coming very, very soon. I can't wait to show you. Some other products, you know, if you follow me on Instagram, I am obsessed with Lulu & Company's hair bows. They have small, they have medium, they have chunky bows. We pretty much have all sizes. Lately, I've really loved the little small ones. These are great for newborns, but also great for just like Charlie has that little hair that's not quite long enough to go behind your ear. So I just love the little clips that kind of stay in. But these are from Lulu & Company, and they also have some great sleepers and blankets as well. So these are a must in our family. Some products that you see with Ryan and Rose, we have the Lovey from Kaylin Marie. It comes in 3 colors. I think it's just a really fun addition to the basket, but it's so soft. Actually sleep with a Kaylin Marie blanket every night, I'm gonna admit that. If y'all saw the claw machine that Brett did, he put my Kaylin Marie blanket in the bottom and I flipped out. I was like, what are you doing? Why is my blanket in the claw machine? And he was like, it's on brand. I was like, what am I gonna sleep with? So if you know me, I love my Kaylin Marie blankets, but we have a Lovey that is available on the website, and they're so very, very soft. So that's a great idea. Of course, many of you know that we are about to sell Kaylin Marie booties. These are the 12 to 18 months that have the Tough Tech on the bottom. You saw in the newborn that we had the ones without the Tough Tech, but these are a great addition for an Easter basket. I think what I love about the booties is it's not just for winter. It's, you know, we use them, our house usually in the summer is super, super cold. So Charlie wore these all the time, year round, all the time. And then of course the Tough Tech is great if your kid's starting to walk, that way they don't slide. But these are eventually gonna be sold in our stores very, very soon. But for the meantime, you can get them at kaylinmarie.com. So we have booties. Of course, Cutie products. We have the Cutie bit because the toddler is now, you know, either transitioning off the pacifier, going more towards a teether. We use this as a transition tool, but also the Cutie pack. Depending if they're age 1, we usually recommend transitioning off about the age of 2. But we have the Cutie pack, the Cutie bit, and then I picked some of my favorite current Cutie clips. I did Cheerful and the Quinn. I did the Ella and the Multi, and then I did the Lindsay, one of my favorites, in the macrame, just a really sweet. And of course, you know, tan is one of my favorites, I'm just saying. And then I love white as well. So those are some great options for you. You know, the girls always have their bracelets on. Since Ryan was a little baby, we've always used our Poppy Lane & Co bracelets. I tend to love more of the sterling silver. A lot of you guys ask me what size, what millimeter I use. It really just depends. I usually between a 3 and a 4, but sometimes we wear the bigger one. So it's really just preference, mommy preference. And then one thing to remember when you're measuring, you're gonna measure flush to your wrist. But these are great little additions, very sweet, look so cute with their Easter outfits. So I love that as an option as well. Tinsels are great gifts if they're transitioning off of, maybe if they're a little younger, transitioning off of milk onto solid foods. Tinsels is a great addition, but Charlie's 2.5 and she still uses tinsels. So these, I just remember the other day she was like, Mommy, I don't want a fork, where are my Cutie tinsels? So these are a great addition that comes in so many colors. We have the Cutie tags, and we also have the scripture cards, which go with the Bible that I was talking about. These scripture cards are made by my friend Courtney. Courtney is a huge part of Ryan and Rose. A lot of you know in stories you see us going on our lunch dates because we're collaborating and working together and creating new products. But she sells these scripture cards that are amazing. So beautiful, so good. I love to keep them in the kids' rooms. That way we can practice those memory verses. And we're obsessed with them. So scripture cards are a must. You know, I have love for Little Mama Shirt Co. And I had little shirts. This is probably my favorite. you're gonna see I have the one for Ryan and then I have one as well. But I just think a little shirt is really sweet. And that's from Little Mama Shirt Co. And like I said earlier, my mom has always done bathing suits, a little outfit or a bathing suit. So this is from Lotus and Sun. I found their shop last year and absolutely fell in love with them. But this is just a little cute bathing suit. I got Charlie a 3T for her for the summer. And it's just so very, very cute. So yeah, these are just some of my ideas, some of my favorite small shops and big shops, and some of my favorite Cutie products. But I hope this kind of gives you an idea. And yeah, it's so much fun. And now for our third basket for the kids. I kind of centered this one around Ryan Rose. She's about 7, but really this range could be very large. And I'm gonna start with my favorite new product. Hello, the Cutie pouch. That's how excited I am. Like yes, do you see the size? It's our first small size. The other one's more mini, but this one is a larger pouch, but more of a small size. But it's great for cutie packs or for your kids to put their bracelets or their stuff, or I know I say Ryan's stuff because she has so much stuff. But I'm so excited about this pouch. And guys, I hope you are too. I know it's gonna be awesome. So the Cutie pouch coming very, very soon. This is our special Ryan and Rose design. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But yeah, and some other items, probably another one if you follow our stories is O-Trio. Ryan is obsessed with that game. So I think it's great for kids because one, they know how to play tic-tac-toe, and I feel like O-Trio is tic-tac-toe on steroids. If you want to know more about O-Trio, you can go to our other video. We teach you how to play with the staff of Ryan and Rose, and it was really, really fun. So that's in another video. But yeah, they actually have O-Trio in a travel version, and they actually have a smaller version than this in a smaller board at Target. It's white. I think Amazon sells it as well. So yeah, really, they have 3 different options. So like if you want a travel one, if y'all, are in a plane, or if you're in the car, you want to keep something in the car, O-Trio is so good. Highly recommend O-Trio. Cutie holders, we have a Cutie holder on Ryan and Rose. I always say that. I say Ryan and Rose for Ryan Rose, and Ryan Rose for Ryan and Rose. On Ryan Rose's bed, we actually have a Cutie holder attached, and that's where she actually has 2. She has one for her remote controls, and then she has one on her other side of the bed for her phone. Her phone. It's not really a phone. It's like, anyways, long story. That's for another YouTube video. But all her, her earphones and her phone and kind of her glasses that she has hooked on the other side of the bed. So that's kind of why I added the holder, because it's great for kids as well. Also bikes. If she rides her bike, these are great to attach to the handles, and you can put a water bottle in it. Just saying, brilliant, brilliant. So definitely a Cutie holder. You saw earlier we did the coloring book. Actually, this one's colored so you can see what it would look like. And then you can just wash it in the sink. So these are great with washable markers. This is from his kids company, my friend Megan. Cutie tags. Ryan has Cutie tags on her backpack, so whether she has a dance bag or a taekwondo bag, Cutie tags are a great little addition to the Easter baskets. Cutie straps. I love putting sunglasses because you know I like to do the bathing suit. So I think sunglasses are a really cute addition, and then you can add a strap, maybe with their favorite color. So we have a lot of colors available on the website, but for Ryan I picked Malibu and white. So that is a great option. Cutie bracelets, we have the Cutie bracelet sets that you can get all the colors, and they're always coming out with new colors, but these are great to teach your kid not only to, you know, share, but to give and to be kind and to look out for others. I've seen a lot of teachers even giving these out and friends mailing them to their other friends because we're quarantined right now and stuck in the house, but I think Cutie bracelets are a great idea, would have a lot of meaning behind it. I mean, I just kind of put a little hook so she could put it on, they're all together. So Cutie bracelets are great. Again, a bathing suit goes with the sunglasses. This one's from Lotus and Sun. And just like with the toddler basket, I did some of our favorite Poppy and Lane bracelets. This one, Ryan is obsessed with anything like tie-dye or multicolor or anything that, you know, those shirts that kind of you flip shirts, that's what they're called. So she would be obsessed with this bracelet. But these are from Poppy Lane & Co. And again, when you're measuring your wrist, all you have to do is measure tight, flush. Very similar to our Cutie bracelet video that we show all the time, to show you how to measure your wrist for the bracelets. And then, of course, you can never have too many Cutie bands, whether if she has blonde hair or if your kid likes to have the pink or multicolors, Cutie bands are a great addition. I just thought, I saw this Lauren who works for us has this, the AirPods keeper. I just think it's so very cute. This is from Amazon, 10 bucks. Just a really cute addition. Ryan has some off-brand AirPods that she loves to carry around, and she actually sometimes has it on a lanyard. She has one of the multicolor lanyards. I just hooked it on her bed today because it was on the floor, but yeah, lanyard's great. I know when Ryan was in school, some of the kids used the lanyard. She passed them out to some of her friends, so that's a great idea. And then I have two more things. Just like Charlie's shirt, I got her a bestie shirt. This is from Little Mama Shirt Co., one of my favorite small shops, but it's really cool. So we'll all be matching. Little Mama Shirt Co., she has a lot of options for you there. And then Crew & Co., like the other scripture cards, these are their travel cards. What I love about these is because Ryan can hook them by her bed around the Cutie holder, but she can also hook it to her backpack. So when she does go back to school, when they go back to school, I have no idea when that's gonna be, but when they go back to school, she could hook it on her backpack, and when she's on the bus, she could flip through the cards and kind of practice all her different verses. So I know Ryan would love this. So yeah, these are just some of my favorite things that I know the girls would love, and I hope you have enjoyed the different options, ideas for the newborn, the toddler, and the child. And I would love to know all of your other recommendations, some of the things, like I said, that your traditions, or something you always put in your Easter basket. Make sure you comment below. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. We are now on TikTok, Ryan and Rose Co. Be sure to follow us. We're trying to be more creative. I'm having to figure it out. It's, you know, a learning process for me. But yeah, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel below, Ryan and Rose. We will see you next time.